Here's 1705, good luck. So we've not played before, we have no head-to-head score. So opponent has 1300 games of rapid. We're not far off 1000 now. Not too far off. So we've got a normal d4 game, this one. Do we want to do this setup and match our opponents? What we normally go for. Do we want to do that? Maybe let's play a normal d4 game with this one. Just challenge directly for the center. Let's play knight up. We probably will do this. It's the position I'm generally most comfortable with, isn't it, generally? But I'm going to take this pawn first. Now what to do with my bishop? Yeah, I'm going to go this way. I'm just wondering what to do with this one. Bring it out or guard the pawn for now, but we'll go for our normal setup. Now we need to slow down a little bit and use a bit of time at some point, but okay, right now castling is done. We need to come up with a plan. So pawn up and pawn up is an idea. Rook across preparing to push is an idea. And I quite like the look of rook across actually. We'll probably see a move like bishop down at some point. Okay, we won't be seeing that move, but he's invited us to play our bishop up, and it might weaken his king's defense if we have to kick it out. But here, maybe you've got queen up. Here, it does allow this potential knight jump in, but here, knight out wide up, knight in. Right now we can challenge it, right? Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm just going to try and gain a bit of space because I'm not quite sure what I want to do yet, how I want to play this one. So I'll try and gain a little bit of space. Not without risk. Do I go this way? I'm going to develop the bishop now and pin here. I expect a move like queen up, but at least I can push the pawn now. Or I can jump the knight across with tempo, jump in and attack the bishop. He doesn't have to push his pawn. He can just move the queen out the way because the bishop guards the knight, of course. Oh, he has pushed his pawn. Okay. I didn't expect that. Let's drop the bishop back and see if he goes really aggressive with the defense. It's just kind of weakening the king's structure a little bit, and that's what he's done. So we could go in and attack the rook, but it just gives you a development move. Or we could go in here, allow knight takes and knight takes back. I quite like the look of that, actually. But, yeah, I'm not getting the bishop trapped, am I? If he moves the knight out the way, I can always push on. But I'm going to take with the knight and attack the bishop. But if he moved this knight, I could have traded before he pushed his pawn, I meant to say that. So he's gone across now. Now if we take here, he gets a backward pawn. But we can try and do this. It's got to be right to take there, right? It's got to be right. We want to do this to solidify, but we don't want him pushing on. So we can do this, but we become a target, or we can do it this way, I think. I like the idea knight here first, and then rook across to try and target the pawn. Queen guards the knight, and then I'm going to try and push on at the right moment, but right now it's an easy target. We might never get to it, might never get there, so he's gone back. So I'm going to play rook across and directly hit the pawn, and then maybe knight across. Now at some point he's going to get this in. Does it matter? Does it matter? It's very symmetrical, isn't it? But I'm going to play knight forward and see if he takes, and probably take back with a rook. Then he just needs to move the rook and the bishop over. But it's a direct challenge to the pawn. We've maybe got queen up to hit 2 pawns. Maybe you can just guard it. Indeed, that's what he's gone for, a quick defense. But it's got to be right to develop and challenge that pawn. So now 2 attack it and 1 defends. 2 attack it, 2 defends. So now we can go here. It is guarded here. Do I throw e3 in? Is it a bit slow? Here, I guess he does this, but I have to guard this pawn, don't I? But if I guard it, he can just blast on anywhere. So I'm going to make sure that my rook is protected. Okay. So 3 attack, 3 defend. I'm going to go here and guard this. He can always do this and I can take now if I need to because I've guarded my rook. But I've got bishop down to try and attack his rook potentially. But he can do the same thing with our rook. So this is where I might need to play a b4 so he can't push. But then he can just push this one. So it's not easy to figure out a plan. It's kind of very symmetrical in it, but without being identical. But very difficult to try and find a way through. Pawn up, you create a target, but maybe we can just then push on. I wonder if I've got a move like queen up, but I really want the bishop there. No, again, that wasn't a move that was on the radar. So is he going to try and blast it this way? I suspect he might. But has he now allowed us bishop up to come here, kick the rook, and then grab a pawn? But right now, I guess he goes here, but I've still got b4, right? I'm going to drop the bishop back because it gives me a potential check or a pin if he plays f5. I think that's what he wants to do, but I'm getting all of these judgment calls wrong, aren't I? He's going after the rook, so he's seen the idea. So I can go here, rook across b4, wait for the queen to move, and then maybe just drop back. And I've stopped him pushing his pawn, haven't I? I guess he's got rook down and he can kick us back, but with a check. So I like the look of all that. I'm going to go here and attack the rook with a view to b4. I expect he'll go across. So I'm going to play b4 now and solidify, and then maybe drop back and throw a check in. Get the bishop back with a tempo and try and take here. I expect he'll just go here and guard his pawn though. And it's whether we can then push on at some point. So he has gone back to attack the rook, but not in a way I expected here. So we can just take a pawn, right? These are solid for now. So if we take, I guess we have to go with the rook, but it's on a light square. If he comes here, we can trade. We can drop back with a check. A pawn's a pawn. We can still decide how we're going to take back. So if we go with the queen, say he plays a move like rook down, we can drop back with a check, or we can drop back with a check and then advance this way. And the queen gives us complete control over the file. If I go with the rook, I'm walking into maybe pin, so I'm going to go with the queen. Maybe drop the bishop back or the queen back, I'm not sure yet. Bishop back with a check, and then we can advance and try and trade the queen or something. So I like the idea of bishop back to play queen forward, hit the queen, hit the pawn. I don't think he'll get adventurous this way, but it forces the queen off if he does. So get the bishop out of there with a check. He's moved across. So here, I was originally looking at queen up. If he takes, we take, and we attack here. He doesn't have rook across to attack our pawn. He can launch one, and then we can push on, but we'd lose this, so... Is it not so good? If I go here, he has to do something with the queen, doesn't he? Because the queen's under attack. Say we trade, rook takes. If he pushes on, I guess I can just even simply take. And say he grabs this one. Our king's got an emergency square. We can block a check and we can run the pawn, right? I don't see a better move, so I'm going to go here. We attack the queen, we attack the pawn. He could move the queen out of the way, but he does trade. But I'm already got more than half my time gone. Scary. Very scary when your time vanishes like this, but that's a good concept for him, I think. I wonder if I could even give up an exchange here and take. Try and create a connect 3 if he doesn't push. He has pushed but one. So can I do this and allow this and create a connect 3? It just feels like it's a bit difficult to break through. Rook across, and I might concede this file, but we do directly attack the pawn, and if he pushes we just take, right? I'm going to go here and hit the pawn. I think going up 2 was right for him there. So now if I take, check, I can just step up and I'm solid, right? I could even block there, but I think I just step up. Okay, so he's actually attacked the bishop. So does it matter? Let's drop back. I want to put the king up so there's no checks. I might have to put the bishop here. It's going to be really difficult to try and convert this in 4 minutes. Maybe I need to fix these pawns here. He's come there, so... I'm going to go here and try and get up here. Yeah, I could check there, but... Or maybe bishop here to hit his pawn. Oh, that should be good. That should be good. So can I go here and pin this pawn with a view to bishop up now? What does he do there? This is guarded. That's a target, but he can push. So I'm going to pin this pawn with a view to bishop up and try and collect this pawn. I'm not sure I can, but... Yeah, he's got rook here to guard, hasn't he? But it keeps him restricted, and I can maybe start mortaring. but the time is going down. Maybe I need this as well, but he's got here. Oh, can he play that? Well, he's done it. But I think I can go here, and if rook across, maybe even just pawn up. Why can't I go here now? He can't push the pawn. So I think I go here and I just threaten to take. And if the rook comes off, it should be comfortable, but it doesn't mean it is. It's opposite coloured bishops, right? So maybe this is a draw. He has to take. So we've got 3 extra pawns. Can we convert? I've got to go here, I think. He'll just march on. But if these all vanish, which it looks like they're going to, might be nothing I can do. These 2 are going to vanish. Maybe I can go here and guard one. So do I go here? I'm not sure. I need my king active, don't I? I need to get the king active and decide where my bishop's going to go. Oh, what about going here? Oh, what am I doing? It's already pushed up one, isn't it? Losing my mind. Okay, I've got my king across. But these are very vulnerable now. He's got bishop here, I'm aware of it. So what about here? It just encourages a push, doesn't it? So I'm going to go here. Time is not on our side. Okay. I'm going to challenge these pawns. I'm not sure if it's possible to win this. I'm not sure it's possible at all. The opposite coloured bishops, it's probably a theoretical draw, but I can try and do this right. I can try and go here and guard them. Get a light square, but I don't think it's possible to break through. I need my king over here. So it might be a draw is the best we can do here. But he's played it crazy quick as well. Crazy fast. So let's guard. Because he has to keep his king tied down at some point. Okay, he's offering a draw. No, I'm not going to take a draw this early on. Just let him run his clock down. It probably is a theoretical draw, this with the opposite coloured bishops though. So I'm going to go here and try and guard these and then do something like this so I don't lose this one. But I'm not sure it's possible to break through. He just keeps these solid, doesn't he? But can I eventually get my king here and push? Or push, that's the sort of idea I'm looking at. He should be making his move and then offering a draw, not offering a draw before he's made it. You make your move and then you offer a draw once you've made it. You don't offer it whilst you're going to then make your move. So I'll just let him run his clock down. It might be a draw is the best we can do. It might be that's all we can do. But we could plant our bishop here and he can never break his pawns through. So we shouldn't be able to lose the game. Put this on a light square. Then I need to get somewhere to get forward to then push a pawn. Whether I can achieve that is another matter. But yeah, you should make a move and then offer a draw if you want to offer a draw. You don't do it when it's your opponent's just moving, it's your turn. And I'm hoping he eventually finds himself in Zugzwang and he just runs out of moves. That's what I'm hoping. So here, king down here. If king down, I can always play bishop in here, but I can guard here as well. I've got to get my king onto this 6th rank if I can, so I can try and push a pawn. That's what I've got to try and do. It might not be possible, but he's going to guard these, and his king's over here. He can go after this one. I can always push it if I need to, but... So king here now, if he pushes, it's well covered. So I can drop the bishop here, so they're definitely solid, but then there's a slight risk here. But he's got to keep everything covered here, hasn't he? So can we do this at some point? And then this. Oh, is that an idea now? No, I need my king here. Let's just guard them so I can go here. I'm looking at this. If bishop takes, I take here. If pawn takes, I push. So I'm looking at this move. Whether it works, I don't know, but I'm threatening to come in and push here as well. So he's going to have to play king back. I've got to use one pawn to deflect, don't I? So can I do this now? Bishop takes, I take here, but I've not really gained anything. So I'm going to go here. Threatening to just push one of them. He's going to move something. Bishop back, I've got to move here. I guess he just goes back. Ah, bishop back though, I can push. If he takes, I push. And he can't get back, can he? So can't I push now? And you have to go back this way. So what about here? Takes, no good. I think it's time to push on. Okay, he can't get back now to stop the pawn. He's just played it too quickly and not thought about it. He played that too quick, didn't think about it. So, yeah, should be a win. Now, it's probably a technical draw there, possibly. Let's find out with the engine. It's difficult to win when it's opposite coloured bishops, but let's pause and get the normal engine review. Oh, that took a long time to load, didn't it? A long time. Load. Apologies if there's a white screen there. 60 moves. They're the move times for both players. Their opponent was playing it really, really, really quick. But yeah, if you're going to offer a draw, do it once you've made your move. Don't do it once your opponent makes a move. That's the correct way that you should do it. So obviously, yeah, it is theoretical draw, isn't it? In this position, it's just a draw. Oh, actually, have we blundered it? We've blundered it. We've been much better, and we blundered it 6.6 to level. So we've blundered it away, yeah. So we were much better and winning, and we blundered it back to level. And is that when he offered a draw? We'll check that as we flick through. Lots of blunders in this one then. But that's what you do these reviews for, to take your time and learn from these mistakes. There's always something to learn every game you play. But in this position, it's completely level. +6 here. So we played an okay game at our level. We've not played a bad game as such. So we played 87 against 85 on the accuracy. We were never actually worse in the game, but we blundered it away. But when you get to near a move 50, so we'll just have a very quick flick through. All the blunders are generally coming at the end. So, excuse me. See, this time we just played a normal d4 game as opposed to the Reti game, but we're still going for this general setup. You can see nothing's being flagged for either player here, just common sense development moves, trying to work an angle. Knight forward was better than the pawn push there. Our first inaccuracy is queen a4, move 20 as we can see. Yeah, and I should have played the immediate b4, but I was kind of a bit concerned about the pawn pushing quickly. In this case it would be covered twice, but and bishop back as well. So I've just kind of mixed the moves up a little bit here. But eventually we do create a nice breakthrough. It's only +1 here, but we're just getting better and better and better. And then we've blundered it away and messed up. So that was a blunder. And I should have played queen up immediately here with the bishop hanging. Okay. Take here, check, back. I don't see that. That's what I should have done. So queen takes. Oh, then throw the bishop check in. King moves and then take back. It's the same thing I was aiming for again, just a different move order. It's the same thing, just different moves order, isn't it? And we're just getting better. Yeah, I should have taken with the bishop here, not the rook. So it's lost us another point. But this is all basically okay. We're just getting better and better and better. And then a whole heap of blunders come all in one go. So we're +3 here. And I should have pushed the outside pawn immediately there. And tried to advance the pawn. So this is where the endgame technique has not been so good. But I'm +5 now. +5 near enough here. +6. And this is where I've started to blunder it away in the coming few moves. I should have played bishop back to kick the king, because the king can't go forward. I didn't see that. Just simply didn't see it. Common sense move. You have to drop back. And then we can start running the pawn and you can't get back. One simple move is all it was. And it's suddenly gone to +3. And then that's a blunder. Just didn't see a better move to play. I should have gone g4 instead of h4. And now it's suddenly level again. Suddenly back to level. And again, I've blundered there taking. I should have gone to h5. Oh, again, it's common sense in it. When you're playing it back over afterwards, you're thinking to yourself, yeah, if I plant a pawn here, how does the bishop guard everything? Because you can get your king here, and you're not going to be able to guard both pawns. So plant them on the light squares. Trading was terrible. So it's completely level here. And this is where my opponent offered a draw, so he knew it was level here. But he offered the draw the wrong way. You're supposed to make your own move and then offer a draw. Don't do it once your opponent makes a move. Yeah, and he should have come in over here. So we're back to +6 better now. It's just a case of finding this breakthrough. And he just got adventurous here. Didn't take the time to realise the bishop can't get back. And we've managed to get the win. So a lot of luck thrown in with that one. But it's still at our level. It's just a perfectly normal game as you would expect. So a win's a win, but a little bit of luck thrown in.